Well, quote, there had to be a first. What? That was UFC owners Dana White's response on why he resigned with Anheuser-Busch / Bud Light.
Are you retarded?
Somewhere, right now. Don't say it, don't say it. Dylan Mulvaney's smiling.
Hi. Impressive carrying skills, right?
I'm Jazz Borganzo, and this is what's next. Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy Friday. Jazz Borganzo, what's next? Your daily dose. If you guys are feeling good today. Well, it's been a while since we did a story about Bud Light. You know, wonderful Bud Light. Great tasting Bud Light. You know, 14th ranked light beer Bud Light. You know, Dylan Mulvaney wrecked it. Bud Light. Billions of dollars in lost revenue. Bud Light. Yeah. And don't forget Garth Brooks, who opened up a club and said, hey, if they want to drink Bud Light, the hell with everybody else. Well, of course, his little club is tanking right now. But anywho, never mind the facts. Dana White. If you're any fan of mixed martial arts, UFC, then you know Dana White. He is the bombastic owner of UFC. He's a guy who tells you what he thinks. He's a guy who doesn't give up what you think of him, and tells you straight up in your face and sometimes goes savage. But he recently re-signed a deal with Anheuser-Busch / Bud Light. 15 years ago, that was one of his first major sponsors in UFC. Now, come back full circle, he signed again. This, coming out of Breitbart. UFC chief Dana White rips dummies upset over his sponsorship deal with Bud Light. UFC chief Dana White ripped into the fans that upset signed a $100 million sponsorship deal with trans agenda pushing Bud Light. The beer brand that suffers serious financial losses, yes, millions, shall I say even billions in losses, after teaming up with over-the-top trans activist and TikTok douche, Dylan Mulvaney, who's not even in the country anymore. He left because he was offended. This week, UFC announced Tuesday that it has chosen Bud Light to sponsor its programs for the next 6 years at $100 million. Bush and Bud Light were UFC's original sponsors more than 15 years ago, and I'm so proud to announce we're back together again, White said in a statement Tuesday. Quote, there are many reasons why I chose to go with Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light. More importantly, because I felt that we were aligned when it comes to our core values. Key words, core values. And what UFC brand stands for. I'm looking forward to all the incredible things we will do in the years ahead, White explained. But fans immediately weighed in to trash Dana White for giving Bud Light a sponsorship as its new UFC partner. Many felt that White was a, quote, sellout, and that the deal was a slap in the face to all UFC fans. Many voices even called for a boycott. Asked about the growing controversies about his choice, White struck back, characterizing critical fans as dummies, assholes, and even stupid for their opposition. Really? Really? All right. White weighed into the naysayers during his comments after Power Slap 5 on Wednesday. This through TMZ.
With the UFC, how easy was that? And then also, were your DMs and comments filled with people wanting to boycott?
Yeah, listen, believe me, if you think that I got into this thinking that wouldn't happen, you're out of your mind. People are very opinionated about this, and it's almost like in the COVID thing, right? Through COVID, what did I say during COVID? Somebody's got to be first. And there were reasons why I felt we could be first going through COVID. Knew that we would do it right, yada, yada, yada. You know the story.
Which is true.
But when it comes to Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light,
I give him credit for that.
This was everybody talks about, oh, you did it for money. Hey, dummies. All sponsorship deals are about money. Okay? So when you talk about being a sellout,
Facts.
I had multiple deals in front of me. So it's not like, oh, Bud Light showed up and they were the only option I had to get money. You know how fucking stupid that is to think that, this was all about, and I said this yesterday, and I'll say it again, everybody on every side of this deal that were involved, other beer companies and everything else, absolutely positively know that this was not about money for me. We were going to end up with money with no matter who we ended up with. For
True.
Anheuser-Busch, it was about values, core values for me. I'm at a point in my life and I'm at a point in my career where nothing is just about money anymore. I am very aligned, and I saw some other fucking asshole today saying, oh, it sounds like they wrote him a script on what to say. Nobody writes me a script. Nobody tells me what to say, ever. I do things because when I come out and I say something publicly, if you look at every quote, right, that I put out, you can ask Lene, every quote is me. Every quote is me. Everything that's posted on social media is me. And everything that comes out of this mouth is me. Nobody tells me what to say and nobody tells me what to do. Ever.
White scoffed at the dummies who said his new sponsorship deal is all about the money. And noting, of course, all sponsorship deals are about the money. He also blasted those who seemed to think that making a deal with Bud Light was a last resort and said that was fucking stupid. He said he had multiple deals, as you just saw. Then he reiterated on his signed Anheuser-Busch because the company's values align with his own. Like I said previously, core values, key words. He wanted to say that A and B, that Bud Light have given millions to families of fallen police officers, which they have, soldiers, which they have, huge supporter of American farmers, which they are, and more on these issues than any other beer brand. And then, of course, there's the notorious one. Teaming up with cartoonish trans activist Dylan Mulvaney was one of the last straws for many beer drinkers. That short-lived ad campaign that sent Bud Light from top slot to number 14 in the nation is purely organic boycott kicked into high gear. But we're going to see where this goes. As I said in the beginning, Dana White is someone who is his own man. Doesn't give a shit. Doesn't give a rip. Doesn't give a fuck about what people think about him. Now, I believe him when he says he had multiple deals in front of him. Only because how UFC, as popular as UFC is. Excuse me. But he knew what was coming. He knew that for a lot of people, this was still fresh. Even though this happened back in May, June, it's still fresh in people's minds in October about how Bud Light sold out and decided to team up with a trans douchebag who fucking wrecked them. Now, I think at the end of the day, you sign a $100 million contract over 6 years. It is what it is. Dana White doesn't care. But he's going to feel the pain in regarding this. Now, are there going to be those who are UFC fans, who have been lifelong UFC fans, who are going to say, well, like Colin Kaepernick, like Dylan Mulvaney, yeah, peace out. You can miss me with the UFC. Yeah, there are going to be some. This is going to be interesting. And we're going to see where this goes. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. I want to see more like this. Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it, hit the notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. And we'll see you next time. Peace.